start developing and changing. Here comes the variation in emotions, therefore forming new gender orientation, which includes LGBT.
Up to now, it is estimated that 2.4 million people worldwide belonging to the LGBT community, accounting for 2.5% in the world population. Meanwhile, in all of them, about 0.0003% are secondary and high schoolers. All of them have suffered from negative emotions, social prejudice, and even school violence. So, this group of students face higher risk of experiencing suicidal thoughts, suicide attempts, self-harming, and even drug overdose.
Have you ever felt lonely, even when you are surrounded by the crowd? Even worse, have you ever felt like there is something invisible that prevents you from expressing your feelings? And many LGBT teens have to face those situations.
Stories of abuse and discrimination can be found among Vietnamese LGBT youth. So, what are the causes?
The first scenario that must be mentioned is wrong understanding and belief of people about sex orientation. While recent government promises to protect LGBT people, children in Vietnam are still taught that being gay is a disease, according to a new Human Rights Watch report. This education at home creates anti-LGBT thoughts in kids' minds. Therefore, extreme attitude towards LGBT community is formed into misinformation and stereotype of gender stereotypes that students used to be taught when they were little. These ways of discrimination are knives, killing LGBT teens' soul and health day by day. While being asked how discrimination made them feel, these not-straight students gave me nearly the same answers. They told me that they always have negative emotions like being hurt, feeling down, and sad, or more. Some guys even told me that they had tried to commit suicide because they couldn't bear those glare any longer.
Therefore, extreme attitude towards LGBT community is formed due to misinformation and stereotype of gender stereotypes that students used to be taught when they were little.
The future of LGBT community is becoming brighter. That's what nowadays people often say. LGBT often reminds them of campaigns promoting LGBT rights or the open view on sex orientation. However, under the tip of the iceberg is the fact that not everyone notices. And a survey released in 2012 said that about 44% of local LGBT students experience stigma, discrimination, and violence at their school as a punishment for their diversion from the gender norms. Yeah, I know that to change people's view on an issue is a long process. However, by every effort, we can gradually make the situation better. Yeah. And sex education at schools can be considered as the first solution. What this education teaches students are acceptance, understanding, and knowledge about all types of sexes. It will be a landmark moment. The whole young generation will not only accept their LGBT friends, but also offer support on the issues that LGBT teens are facing. What is more, parents also have a great impact on children's awareness of sex orientation. So, first, parents themselves need to have a more positive view over the problem. And you know that kids don't have the natural prejudices. They just basically form those prejudices due to what they see and what they learn. Hence, parents should provide kids correct thoughts about sex orientation instead of building in their head such things of discrimination against LGBT community.
Building a more welcoming society requires building bridges between diverse groups, and I do believe that in the near future, all LGBT teens in particular and LGBT community in general can be themselves without exception and discrimination.